Hello YouTube, let's play another game. And we're gonna try for the Caro-Kann, see what our opponent is playing. And it's a rapid game. And I like these variations. He has an isolated pawn, we're gonna try to play against that. And a lot of variations you actually take here. Playing against the hanging pawns. Let's see what I wanna do. Let's just start by getting our bishop out. This can also be recaptured, so not a problem. Yeah, and now he is threatening it, also this. So probably I'm gonna have to take now. Could also consider dropping back here. Putting pressure on this pawn. It's actually a bit interesting, although he has some checks here. So I think I'll keep it easy. Now he could still take here. And I'll have to figure out what to do. Could just move my knight. You could take my knight afterwards, and I'm getting some activity for the pawn. He decides otherwise. So kind of need to defend this now. Guessing this is an alright move. Putting some pressure on the pawns. Defending this. This is still a thing, but I can block in 2 ways. 3 ways even. So that's not a problem. It does attack this, but I feel like this should just stop it all. You might have something like this, but I don't really think it does much. Let's just go for this. Still, checks here are not too scary. My knight can still block. Also, this is an idea now. Although after that he has a check, so probably it's not an idea very soon. So maybe he's trying to get a knight in there. Let's just develop my bishop. I think this is a good square for the bishop anyway. And it makes this more difficult. Also this bishop has less squares. And I might consider something like this, threatening this and this. I am delaying castling, so I don't know if it's best. But I think I can get away with it. And if you want to stop it like this, then that's a thing. Yeah, and here, I don't know if I want to take again, because then I lose this. I could just do this, attack it some more. This is an annoying pawn, but at the same time, multiple ways to deal with it. I think I'm gonna castle, and now this is a threat. And he kinda misses it. I think I can play it here. So if he takes my rook, I win his queen. If he moves his queen, I win his bishop. He can take a rook, but then I have 2 pieces for the rook. So I think this is alright. Maybe I'm missing something, but I think it's okay. Also need to watch out for this bishop getting trapped in some variations, but I think that's fine as well. So we can take my rook, but then I take his queen. And if he moves his queen somewhere, well, not even there, probably there. And I can take his bishop. He can take my rook, I can take back with the king on the rook. And like I said, I'm up 2 pieces for the rook, which is usually a good thing. Also, he had an advantage of having the bishop pair, which he will no longer have. Yeah, I don't see an alternative for him. Like, he could consider going there, counterattacking my queen. But I could just take here with the queen. And then I'm still attacking his queen, so he probably has to trade and then go for this. Yeah, and this is basically the same idea, I think. So I'm just gonna take, he's probably gonna take here. And I need to consider how to take back. And think rook is safest. King on this diagonal might become a problem. We have some funny stuff like this. This is a thing now, by the way. You might have missed. Takes, takes, takes. I take his rook. I think I can play this. Yes, he attacks his pawn, but material pieces are more important than pawns. So yeah, here I can just trade and pick up his rook. Probably need to defend this now. Could also counterattack here. But I think for now this is alright. Yeah, he's gonna play with that pawn. Trying to get the bishop back in the game. This might be annoying for him now. And I don't think that pawn is going anywhere any soon. This is a pawn. And I could at the very least just sack my bishop for the pawn. Bishop is covering this. Let's just get my king into the game. And yeah, I think this should be completely winning. He doesn't have any funny checks to try and promote his pawn or something. As soon as he moves his rook away, I can just take the pawn. So he's pretty much stuck here. And now I can just take. And let's go for this. Defending the pawn, trying to get the rook over, and then promote. And I can still do that. He can sack his rook, but then it's an easy endgame. It's probably the best he can do, so yeah, it's completely winning. Also, this threatens mate in 2 now. Yeah, so he does sack his rook. And this endgame is just completely winning. Picking up another pawn, yeah, and he resigns. Okay, so let's go for the analysis. Quite a nice game, I think. Let's see if the engine agrees. 90 accuracy, so that's alright. Rating estimated at 2400. Well, that's a bit overestimated, but okay. So yeah, Caro-Kann. Like I said, I like these variations. And here there's a lot of things to do. Engine says all moves are pretty much equal. Yeah, taking was best. This was best. And this was the only move to stay in the game. A pretty obvious one as well, like he's attacking there. Okay, I played quite a good game in this. Okay, I felt like I could get away with this, but probably it's just too slow. Let's see what the engine says as a response. It is this. I was looking at this. He didn't play it, but... And the engine says take here. And he has this in-between move. Yeah, and I guess, even though he sacked a piece, I can't really get away with saving my bishop. Is this check now, and it's getting messy. Also, that drops a bishop, so I don't even know. If I go here, let's say, does the engine say? Yeah, you can just take here with check, and he has a lot of compensation for the piece. My king is very weak. This is an annoying pawn, so that's not anything I would want to go for. But he didn't play that, and here taking was best. And then just castling. Yeah, maybe I delayed castling too long. And this move doesn't really have a purpose unless I'm castled. Yeah, okay, it does attack this, but he probably wants to play this or this anyway. Although this was a miss. What does the engine say actually? Bishop here to prevent me from castling. Yeah, that's the main reason I should have castled earlier. Then here, yeah, this is completely winning. It's the only move that's winning. So I'm happy that I found it. And then here it went from bad to worse. Like he thought, okay, he might be able to get a pawn for this. And that's not even the case because I can just drop my knight back or, I don't know, play b6. But yeah, that's just a fork here, and after these trades, I'm just up a full piece. I guess he has one pawn for it, but like his pawns are isolated as well. Pawns on the king side aren't going anywhere because it's 4-on-4. So at the very least, like I said, I can sack my bishop for one pawn and then it's equal. But yeah, he's not going to be able to hold onto the pawn very long. And then he dropped another pawn. Yeah, here I just could push my pawn and basically put him in zugzwang here. Like, what does he do? Like I said, if you move your rook, you lose your pawn. Moving your king means I'm queening. And you can move one of these pawns, but it doesn't really do anything. So, yeah, like I said, it's kind of zugzwang. And like if you move here, I can already start threatening checkmate. And it's very difficult to stop. Although in this case, I guess he has this. And I can't take here because I lose my rook. But still, after this, it's an easy end game. I'm just up a piece. I can start going for his pawns and bring my king or something. But back to the game. He just dropped his pawn, trying to defend with his rook. But yeah, I can just go back. And then here, like I said, if he does nothing, it's mate in 2. Check. He has to block with the rook and checkmate. Bishop is defending the pawn. So he realized that taking here was probably best. Engine agrees. Funnily enough, Engine says this is the second best move. Just giving up the rook like that. And I guess you get a pawn for it. But now I'm up 2 pieces. But yeah, this happened in the game. And then after this, he just resigned. Like, I have an extra rook, and I'm gonna get an extra pawn, and these pawns are gonna quickly drop as well. I'm gonna either make a queen or just checkmate with the rook and king. Doesn't really matter, but it's completely winning. So yeah, happy with this game. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.